Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of the video series My First Time Watching. This time Ferris Bueller's Day Off beat out The Burbs by a lot of votes, so I'll be checking that out this week. So I'm sure you're probably surprised at how I never got around to seeing this movie, but there's just so many movies to see and so little time, and it's just one that slipped through the cracks, but I'm ready to check it out. And just to put all the cards on the table, here's everything I know about this movie. I know it's about someone named Ferris Bueller who decides to not go to school, and there's something about a red car, and there's something about a parade. That's all I know. That's all that's sort of seeped in over the years from movie shows and things that I've read on the internet and things like that. But I haven't actually seen the whole movie all the way through. Oh, and there's a guy who says Bueller weird in the class. So that's all I know about this movie. But I'm excited to finally check it out. And so without further ado, this is my first time watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller. Okay, I had to say that once in this review. So, as I thought I would, I really liked this movie. I can tell why it's like an 80s classic. If you happen to be like me and haven't seen this movie, though I doubt it, the basic plot is Ferris Bueller is trying to ditch school, and he's doing the whole trope of pretending that he's sick. I like how his parents don't catch on, even though this is apparently the 10th time that he's done it. They eventually kind of have their suspicions, but it's like you think they'd start to kind of catch on. I didn't realize how many breaking the fourth wall jokes there were in this movie, and I think that the movie Deadpool kind of referenced that, so now I kind of get that. Another thing that I took note of was there were apparently payphones in high school. I don't know if that was just like a movie thing that they did or if that was a real thing, but do you guys remember payphones? No? I like how Ferris pretty much has everything mapped out and is always one step ahead of everybody in his life who's trying to catch on. I like that Ferris doesn't have a specific plan for having the day off of school. It's not like there's some concert he wants to get to or someone he wants to meet up with or anything like that. He just wants the day off and just to do random stuff and just have a fun day and just not be at school. All of the side characters were great. That can really make a great movie, I think. When you have just like an eclectic cast of characters. Is that the right phrase? Eclectic cast? I don't know. But when you have really interesting side characters. The principal was great. The like secretary lady who sits there is probably like my new favorite side character. She was awesome. I think I've seen her in some other things. She was great. Even his sister in the movie and his best friend, they were all really interesting and really funny to watch. And is it just me, or does the principal have a weird thing for Ferris's girlfriend? I don't know if I was just reading too much into it, but there's like this look he gives her when he's like walking her out to the car. It just came off kind of creepy. I don't know. The movie definitely had some Home Alone vibes for me. Just the way that he was stringing up the door to make it seem like he was sick. The way that he recorded his voice on a machine. The way that at a certain point someone is trying to break in to catch a kid. That also reminded me of Home Alone, so I can kind of see the resemblance. There's a museum scene, and now I understand the Family Guy joke when they reference the movie. I think this series is really going to help me get a lot more movie references, so that'll be good. What I find interesting about Ferris Bueller is that he seems kind of like an invincible character. Not that he is perfect by any means. He's kind of arrogant, and he does whatever he wants. He gets other people to do what he wants. But he has a girlfriend. He seems pretty popular at school. Everything just seems to go right for him. There's even a scene where a cop or someone over the phone asks about Ferris and asks if he's okay. That's how popular he is. Everyone's asking for his advice and things like that. And it just doesn't seem like the typical type of character that would be in a movie like this, where maybe they're more nerdy, they're sort of pining after a girl who's out of their league, maybe they're picked on by jocks and they're kind of bullied. But Ferris doesn't seem like that at all. He's pretty popular and kind of has everything going for him, so I thought that was kind of interesting. This is pretty much every high schooler's fantasy of ditching school and having everything go perfect, having like the time of your life, and then someone like the principal coming after you and everything going terrible for them. Just the worst possible thing happens, and they're right. They know that you're really ditching school and not sick, but just everything that could go wrong goes wrong for the person coming after you. And then the big parade karaoke scene comes up that I kind of knew about in my head, and it was pretty awesome. It looked like they were having fun. It was another scene where everything's going right for Ferris. When I first heard them bring up that they were going to reverse miles on that car, I kind of thought, is that how it worked by then? Because it probably doesn't work like that anymore. And then sure enough, when they try to get it to work, it doesn't work. I don't know if that ever was a thing, but apparently that was an idea that they had. And I'm surprised at the end of that scene, when that thing happens to the car, that Ferris's friend doesn't get more upset at Ferris, seeing as he's kind of the reason that everything's happening. I mean, it's cool that he's standing up to his dad, who's kind of mean to him, but it was kind of Ferris's fault, the situation that they were in. But what a friend he is. And Charlie freaking Sheen shows up in this movie. I had no idea he was in this movie. That was a pleasant surprise. And he kind of plays like this bad guy at the police station. And at the end of the movie, his sister sticks up for him. Isn't that so sweet? She kind of had like a 180. She kind of went for the Charlie Sheen character and then all of a sudden sticks up for her brother. But she kind of had a change of heart when she saw what was going on. So I thought that was really cool. And okay, now I see the connection with Deadpool and I understand what it was going for. I think when it came out around that time, people were mentioning how it had something to do with Ferris Bueller, but I had no idea, and now I get it. So right on for that, I guess. So that was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I'm really glad I got to finally check it out. I thought I would like it, and I really liked it. And so for next week, the two movies are kind of monster-themed, little monster-themed, I guess. That's Gremlins and Little Shop of Horrors. I haven't seen either of these movies, but I hear they're good. Or kind of like cult films, at least. So leave a vote down below for what you'd like me to see next week. Comment on Ferris Bueller's Day Off if you guys like the movie, and I'll see you guys next time.